Here are some spiritual benefits of praying with Psalm 91. Praying Psalm 91 is significant for many believers because of its powerful themes of divine protection, trust in God, and deliverance from harm. Here's a deeper explanation of why this psalm is often prayed. Praying Psalm 91 is significant for many believers because of its powerful themes of divine protection, trust in God, and deliverance from harm. Here's a deeper explanation of why this psalm is often prayed. Number 1 benefit is protection from fear and danger. Psalm 91 is a declaration of God's protection against various forms of danger. It speaks to the terror by night, the arrow that fleeth by day, and the pestilence and destruction, verses 5 to 6. This reflects all kinds of threats, both visible and invisible, that can cause fear. Praying this psalm helps believers remember that God is their refuge and shield in all circumstances, and they need not fear what happens around them. The second benefit is confidence in God's power. The psalm emphasizes the power and sovereignty of God over all situations. It says that 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee, verse 7, symbolizing God's ability to protect his people when others may fall victim to danger. By praying Psalm 91, believers express confidence that God's power is greater than any threat they may face. The third benefit is deliverance from harm and evil. The psalm contains promises of deliverance. He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence, verse 3. The fowler's snare symbolizes traps set by the enemy, while pestilence can represent disease or spiritual attacks. Praying this psalm reminds us that God is not only a protector but a deliverer from both physical and spiritual harm. The fourth benefit is God's angels as guardians. One of the most comforting verses in Psalm 91 is the assurance that God sends his angels to protect us, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways, verse 11. This reminds believers that they are never alone, but rather under the watchful care of angels who guard them from danger. By praying this psalm, believers acknowledge and call upon this divine protection. The fifth benefits are encourages faith and trust in God's promises. The psalm teaches believers to put their trust in God as their fortress and refuge. In verse 2, the psalmist declares, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. This reinforces the idea that, no matter what we face, we can trust that God is faithful and will uphold his promises. Praying Psalm 91 builds faith and dependence on God's protection and provision. The sixth benefits are victory over spiritual battles. Verses 13 and 14 say, Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. These creatures symbolize dangerous spiritual forces, but the believer is promised victory over them. This part of the psalm is particularly meaningful for those who are engaged in spiritual warfare, as it reminds them that through God's power, they can overcome evil. Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fleeth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him, I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, I will be with him in trouble, I will deliver him, and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and shew him my salvation. this psalm is often referred to as a prayer of protection and trust in God's care.